Radio Rahim here with George Kambosos, the undisputed, by my recognition, champion. First of all, hearing those words after your name, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, it's been a long time coming, a lot of hard years, and I really had to earn it. I had to go into the backyard of these champions. You know, what I done last night, going into the backyard of Lopez's, home, taking everything off him. You know, he in his prime, coming off the Lomachenko fight, knocking everyone out. And I dissected him, round by round. So it's a good feeling. We got the belts, and it's nice.
It's been 11 months since this fight was ordered. January was when you initially knew that this was coming, and here we are sitting at the end of November. Talk to me about the journey, the delays, the getting ready, and then having to stand down and get ready again before you actually got to climb through those ropes last night.
Look, it was a war of attrition. Every day you had to win the battles, battling yourself, battling the legal dramas, the postponements, the dates. So, I stayed focused. I kept my tunnel vision no matter what, because I knew the ultimate goal. And you know what? This could have been in another year's time, and I would have not changed. I would have continued putting in the hard work to get to this, because this has taken so many years. This has taken 16, 17 years of this dream to get all these. So, it doesn't matter. People will think, oh, it took a long time to happen. But now they're going to remember the fight, because we gave them a hell of a show last night, and I think it made up for a lot of time as well with the performance I gave and the fight that we showed.
Many American fans are just being introduced to you for the first time. They had no idea who George Kambosos was. The reason, beyond the fact that I cover the sport, is I knew who you were, because you may not remember this, but in the mornings I would meet up at Pacquiao's house, and we would run down to Pan Pacific Park as he was preparing for fights, and you were right there running with us. At that time, did you dream that this day was coming? And how much did being in Manny Pacquiao's camp and sparring with him prepare you for this moment?
Yeah, I always knew that it will come. It will come one day, that the door will open and I will become champion of the world. Now, to collect everything, I believe that's my destiny, because of the hard road that I have had. But them early mornings with Manny Pacquiao, the hard rounds with him, the sparring that we did together, has shaped me to the fight I am today. And you saw a lot of glimpses of Manny last night too, the in and out, the speed, the 4, 5, 6 punches in and out on the toes. And he put a great tweet out. He's very proud, and he did help in this. But it's been a long time coming. With my team and the way we have handled ourselves as true professionals, to win these belts, it's very deserving.
Now that you got the world's attention, the spotlight is all on you. Unexpectedly, Sunday morning, everybody expected to be talking about Lopez and whether or not you just gave at least a good effort. Looking now forward, you being champion, and I said at the top of this interview, by my regards, undisputed. That's no disrespect to Devin Haney. It's not his fault that the WBC made this franchise championship to me, which is ridiculous. But there is some dispute. Regardless of what I think, he holds the WBC title, and you somehow hold the WBC title. Is that something you feel an imperative to rectify?
Yeah, look, it is what it is. I can't deal with what they're doing. I can't say anything. Them belts are on the line, and I just collected everything last night. So, he's got a belt. I believe the franchise belt is a super title, like the WBA is a super title. I feel like it's bigger, but there's good mutual respect there. He's got business to handle, this week coming, and we will sit down, make sense, and let's do it. Me, I'm the kind of fighter that backs down from no man. I will fight anyone, anytime, and even in the backyards, like I have been doing time after time. But they've got to come see me now. I need my next fight in Australia, because I've earned my stripes to have that. And instead of doing like 15, 20,000 here, we'll do 80,000. The fight between me and Lopez, if this was in Australia, instead of doing 5,000 here, we would have done 60, 70,000, maybe more. The whole Australia is celebrating right now, and we are coming home with all the gold.
I don't have to tell you that in the ring after the fight, Lopez did not accept defeat. I spoke to his father a few hours after that. He was even more indignant about the fact that they believe that they won, that he said they won every round at one point, and then maybe 9-3. How do you respond to that calculation from both Teofimo Senior and Junior?
Look, there really is no comment. You know, the world saw what happened last night. You know, the performance I put on, dissected him round by round, broke him down. You know, whatever they think, the world knows, and his own fans, his own people were booing him. You know what it's like when a fighter comes into the ring and they're booing me as the away fighter. And I stood on the end of that ring and I looked at them all. I said, you'll see. And by the end, they're applauding me. I'm on the ropes and they're applauding me and going crazy. And then obviously I get my victory, well-deserved victory. And I believe it wasn't even close. And then he comes in and tries to intrude my interview, my time to shine, and says some delusional stuff. And they're booing him, his own people. That's the biggest insult. I don't have to say anything more.
Let's turn our attention to what happened inside the ring last night. The first round, Lopez came out big, strong, all over you. Was weathering that storm in the first half of the first round difficult, or were you anticipating that kind of start?
No, we knew, because psychologically, you know, I broke this kid down many months ago, and bit by bit, even this fight week, I broke him down. You know, constantly at the press conference, at the weigh-in. I knew he was going to come, but we had a great game plan, and we let him come, no problem. It shows the warrior I am. You know, my shield was there, and I was ready for whatever he brought. But I knew that I'd line him up good too, like the great Customato said to Muhammad Ali when he fought Joe Frazier: land that right hand, land that hard, and get his respect. Muhammad Ali didn't put Joe Frazier down in that round, but I did. I put Lopez down, and I landed that beautiful right hand, and straight after. Before the bell went, I landed another crisp right hand when I kind of slipped. If my balance was a little bit more sharper and secure, I think that shot would have put him to sleep. But yeah, great start for the fight, and that changed the fight straight away. Look, I've been in these situations before, you know, in my earlier fights where they come out flying, and I land that one shot and they realise, wow, this guy can crack. If you got welterweights and junior middleweights, say, man, you hit so hard, you hit like a junior middleweight. What am I going to do to lightweights? You know, so even his shots, to be honest, it was the power was nothing special. It's a great win.
Even the greatest of all time will tell you, you don't know what a fighter's like until you're actually in there with him. No amount of tape or even sparring can tell you what it'll be like on the night. With all the aggression that Lopez came with, and then you scoring that knockdown, which silenced press row. There was like a gasp when you got that knockdown. Nobody really saw it coming. And my calculation at the time was that gave you the confidence to go forward and to know, okay, like you just said, you didn't feel like you had much power, but you knew that you had the power to set him down, and especially in the first round. How much did that feed into later in the fight when you had to bite down on your gum shield and go, to knowing that you could get through this guy and maybe even stop him?
Yeah, look, that shot was beautiful. The placement was beautiful and crisp. And I said it throughout the week. If you go back on certain interviews, you'll hear me say that, don't be surprised. I've got this feeling I'm going to catch him early. I'm going to hurt him. Something's going to land. And I said, if you go back, you'll see it. You know, I manifest these things. I visualize them and I see them. It landed clean. But that put a tone for the whole fight. Because from there, I just got into my zone. That zen mode. Again, what Customato would say. Getting in your zen. And boxed his head off. Picked him apart. Broke him down. Busted him up. Yeah, these are just little, you know, head clashes and, you know, little bruises and stuff. But really broke him down. His face was a mess. Way worse than what I am. I mean, and we went both to the hospital. You know, I was let out. Not sure what happened with him, but you know, it was a great win, great victory. You know, and when I had to bite down on that gum shield, I loved it because I thrive on that. You know, when I was put down, that was only because it was my fault. Because I lost my composure for that split second. Because I was getting a little bit too excited. Because the crowd was going off, and I knew I got this kid right now. I got him. And I got a little bit too crazy, and I tried to expose a few shots too much. And he caught me with a good shot, but got up, no problem. Let's finish the round. I went back to the corner. I said, you know what? Now I'm going to bust him up for the next 2 rounds because I'm angry at myself. Not because he did anything special, because I'm angry at myself because I made the mistake. And that's what I did. That round 11 was probably my best round. Absolutely dominated him, split him open, blood everywhere. And that round 12, I closed the show.
Now, for Teofimo's sake, he never took his foot off the gas. He was aggressive the whole fight, coming forward the whole fight. even to the extent that I thought maybe you were using his aggression against him. Is that true?
Yeah, we knew he was going to keep coming the whole fight. But I'm such a sharp boxer, such a precise boxer. You know, my skills and my speed and my precision, you know, my explosive power. Like I said, all them things I said into the lead-up. I will do everything better than what he does. And that's what I did. My conditioning and my stamina, you know, even when I got put down with that silly shot, to get up, a lot of fighters will say, you know what, I've done enough in this fight. I'm going to quit. But you know what, that excited me. I got back and said, no problem, this is beautiful. This is what a fighter is, what a champion. You really want to earn these belts? You want to earn your position? Well, this is what you got to go through. You know, finish these 2 rounds and show the world who you are. And I did.
And you say you didn't think it was a close fight. But with Teofimo being aggressive the whole fight, he is the champion. You're in his backyard. I mean, he's from Brooklyn. During the fight, did you feel that comfortable that you were ahead on the cards and that if you got to 12, you'd win it?
Yes, I did. I knew that round by round I was chipping away. And you got aggression, but if you be aggressive the right way and you land your shots, he was not landing. I was making him miss, and I was landing with 2s, 3s, 4s, combination punching. The jab was busting him up, the uppercuts, the body work. You know, round by round, I took him out. And that's the way we came into this fight. We said, round by round. I knew after that first round, when he didn't do anything to me, and I scored that knockdown, I'm going to break him down. I'm here for full 12, and I said it. What's he going to do after that first round? Because I'm ready for 12. I was even saying to the commission, let's do 15. That's the kind of, let's go back to old school. It's old school. But now that I'm champion, maybe somehow I can take it back old school. That's the kind of fighter I am. You know, I read about these great fighters, and you know, I love that era. You know, so that's the kind of fighter I am.
If I can take it to that knockdown, what you were saying was going on in your head maybe wasn't reading as well ringside. It looked like you might have been ready to go. It looked like maybe 1 more, 2 more shots from Lopez might have been able to stop the fight. At any point, were you hurt enough to where you had to recover before coming back and aggressing him again? In other words, were you as close as it looked? 2 or 3 shots maybe away from being stopped yourself?
No, when I was put down, I got up. I was more angry at myself, so I wanted to fire back straight away and say, hey, I'm still here. And just the balance of both of us trying to land shots. He's trying to come in to finish me off. I'm there trying to show, hey, I'm still here. Bell went back into the corner, fresh as, and then I came out and put a masterclass for the next 2. Now that round 11, you know, when a puncher like Lopez puts you down and can't finish you, and he's been landing certain shots throughout the fight, but copping so much damage as well and punishment, and all of a sudden he didn't make the impact that he thought he would. That mentally and spiritually breaks a fighter. And I knew that when I went back to that corner, he didn't do nothing. Yeah, you put me down. Okay, it's part of the fight game. We're going to get put down. But around 11 and 12, I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to break you down. I'm going to show a true champion in the championship rounds. I'm going to win this fight. That's what I did.
Now, as you've experienced over, say, the last 12 hours, once a guy has this kind of hardware in front of him and this kind of spotlight on him, everybody comes out of the woodworks and wants to fight him. Talk to me about some of the fighters who have now challenged you and how you regard what you'll do and how you'll choose where to go from here with all of this hardware and all this attention and potential to make a lot of money.
Yeah, look, you go from being the hunter to being the hunted. But I'm stubborn, man. Very stubborn. So they want to try to get this. They've got to be prepared to die in that ring like I was last night. Once you get this, that's one thing. But that hunger that I have, I want to train right now. I'm prepared to go in the gym right now and train. That's the kind of fighter I am. Because I know that they will come. But it's how I hold myself now is what will make me great. So, look, they can call me up, but you know what? The call-outs were all respectful. There was no, no rubbish call-outs. All respect. I shocked the world, and I earned my respect. I mean, so we will enjoy this. Be back in the gym, continue perfecting my craft, and we will sit down, and we'll see what makes the most sense.
Team Lopez has already said that they're not interested in the rematch. Senior appears to want to go to a 140 and ultimately challenge Josh Taylor. How do you think that matchup will go?
That's none of my business. I'm at 135, and I just don't see, like I said, I don't see Josh Taylor even giving him the opportunity now because he's not bringing anything to the table. I got a better chance in calling out Josh Taylor and getting that fight now, but it's not something I'm interested in. I'm a 135 pounder. I could even move down to 130 if I wanted to. I could move up to 140 because I carry that speed and explosive power as I go heavier, but I feel good at 135, and there's a lot of business to be done here in 135. I mean, yes, I'm the top dog. I'm the emperor, but there is still guys floating around, and I've got to take all of them out before I make my next move. So that's their business now. Obviously, I don't want the rematch. Even though I said it to him in the ring, we'll do it in front of 80,000 people in Australia. Let's give him another war. But he knows, he felt what I brought to the table. Now, as champion, you get better and better. They say with one belt, you get 20% better. Look at all these belts. I'm going to get 150% better from what I was last night. So we'll see. For now, we will enjoy it. I'll just continue perfecting my craft in the gym.
Well, one fight that has to interest you, obviously, is Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz. The winner of that fight could very possibly be your next opponent. How do you see that fight playing out?
Yeah, look, I want to see what they do next week. Obviously, Haney said he'll handle his business. I said I would handle my business. I did last night. I took out the number one guy. I took out the 2020 fighter of the year. I made a massive statement around the world. Now I want to see him make that statement. And then we will see. If that makes most sense, I love the fight. For me, I want to fight the best guys. Whoever's there, look at my track record. I'm not afraid of any man. If you bleed and piss the same as me, then I'm not afraid of you. I don't care. So, yeah, let him do his business first. You don't want him to lose track, just like Lopez did. Because Lopez was fighting everyone, but he was forgetting about Kambosos. I had one guy on my mind. So, now we'll see what happens.
No one can question that you're a warrior, and you've got tattooed on your body, never retreat, never surrender. Tell me what that means to you.
Well, you can see it in that fight. There was no retreat. There was no surrender. I was never going to retreat or surrender. I was going to die in that ring. There is a saying in Spartan history, with your shield or on it. And I was prepared to go out on my shield if I had to die in that ring. Man, that's a scary thought. I got 3 kids at home. But that's the kind of fighter I am. I'm ready to lay it on the line every single time I step inside them ropes to give the fans, what they love, but what I love too. This is the raw combat. This is the best thing in the world. So I'm very proud of my Greek heritage. The shorts, you saw the Spartan, my logos, you saw the back of the Molon Lave. Means if you want to come and get it. And I know all these guys are going to want to come and get it. And all I say to you, Molon Lave, if you want it, come and get it. But see how easy it is.
We all look forward to you keeping that promise. And last night, thank you so much for an incredible performance, wonderful night of entertainment, a true warrior, and now a true world champion many times over. Radio Rahim with George Kambosos.